yeah, how do you make sure that your work doesn't disappear? You have to have some kind of record of it, right? So that's my philosophy. That's my philosophy and strategy. There's a lot of different reasons for it. There's self-evaluation. There's confidence in what you say. There's with added value. Um, Maybe because the basic reason is that we're losing things constantly. The 80% of our memory of yesterday is gone. It's gone. 80% of yesterday is, yeah, 80% of yesterday is gone. So, uh, I do a lot of work with a lot of different people. So I've about 25, 30 clients at the moment. And if you asked me, what did I do with those clients last week? Oh my God, I've got notes. I've got notes about what we did, but one thing that I've recognized is that it doesn't matter where you go or what you do or what you talk about. No two conversations are the same. It's no two conversations are the same. I can take the same topic, the same ideas. I can sit down with lots of different people. Is every conversation is different, even with the same theme and similar ideas. There are no two conversations that are exactly the same, and that's a great reminder of how individual we are as people. And it's to be two ways. It has to be two ways. And one of the great problems of history was that we didn't record information. Like most of history is lost. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the possibilities created are absolutely amazing. Everything around language, printing, alphabet, organization, the storage of information, the Enlightenment, it's all interconnected. The fight of people for freedom over hundreds of years. Basic ideas of liberty. The British lords fighting against King John and 800 years ago, and the American Constitution, and all of these things. Yeah, the things that we haven't lost yet. things that we still have. Things that we still have. Yes. The records, the information, and I realized after the first 5 or 6 years of my work that I didn't have much. Some papers with notes, and that's useless. So now that we have this technology, I try to keep records as much as possible of things that I do, because I forget. I forget what I do. I forget what I talk about. I forget the conversation. I forget what other people say that I want to remember, but I forget it. Well, I also find that the same information changes over time. Now, take an example. Let's say I listen to a speech or a talk on YouTube or whatever. And let's say I wait a week and I go back and I listen to it again. After a week, I don't remember much from the first time, and the second time I listen, I get something different from it. Exactly the same words, exactly the same person. And that's why I try, where possible, 3 times to listen to anything, the same thing, at least 2, usually 3 times, to get everything that exists within it. If you listen once, you miss a lot of things. You don't make all the connections. And so I think it's really important to repeat things in order to remember them and learn them. And with education, you need the repetition. I think you need to meet information 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, it is my statement.
Mm.
Repeat 7 times.
Yeah.
It's even proved by
Yeah.
psychologists.
Yeah, I've
7 times more.
Mhm.
7 times more.
Mm.
You remember and fix in your store in your memory.
Yeah.
Information, even phrases,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's level. See, that's level one in understanding it. There's a second level, which is ask someone where they put the information. Okay, so you give someone some information. Let's say this pen is a great pen. Information. Okay, I gave you some information. Where did you put the information? What do you mean? Where did I put the information? It's information. Okay, yeah. Where did you put it? What do you mean? Well, if you don't know where you put it, you're not going to be able to find it.
Yeah.
So where did you put it? Right? Where did you put it? It's like, oh, I put it. Okay, it's exactly, exactly. If you don't have a psychological mental map of what you are doing with your information, then you're basically opening the door, throwing in the information, and closing the door again. And we've all visited people's houses where they're not organized.
Yeah.
We all know what it looks like. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There's a big mess, and if you talk to any mentalists, these are people with good memories and psychological techniques, they all talk about the same thing. They all talk about ordering the mind, having structure in your thoughts. Exactly. Pathways, road maps to where the information is. Yeah. So the simple classic example is you have a house. You in your mind you envision a house. The house has rooms. Each room is for a different theme, a different topic. So when you receive information about that topic, you go into the mental map of your house, and you go into the room and you place that information somewhere where you know it is next to other information that is similar to it. And then when you want to find it, you go back to that room in that place, and you try to find the information there. That's the simplest way to do it. There are other ways, but that's the simplest ways. And that's how, people who memorize, decks of cards for card games and things, that's how they do it. Also understand that the memory, and this helps because the memory is visual. The memory is visual. It's based on images. The image, the logo. Yeah. It's based on. Yeah, it's based on the image. So you know what pictures are you relating to that. So yeah.
Much more senses, human senses.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because if you see the house and then you're walking into the house, you got the physical movement sense as well. So that there's a whole load of things connected there, and people just think that they're gonna receive information and that's it. But
It works.
well, yeah. Well, either the information shapes you. Sorry, either the information shapes you or you shape the information. Right, so you have to have control. If you don't have control over the information, then the information has control over you. If you don't have and that means that affects your choices. So if you collect lots of information but you have no control over it, your choices are dependent upon other people's information that they gave you that you have no control over. If you take the information, you process it, you understand it, you use discernment to realize what is good and bad, what is right and what is wrong, then you have control over your choices. And that's really, really, really important for young people, especially because all schools teach people what to learn. Few schools teach people how to learn.
Yeah.
And
That's it. Even teachers.
oh yeah, it's absolutely. You get doctors who are good and bad. You get teachers who are good and bad. You get taxi drivers who are good and bad.